Hi, I'm Nicole from Low Income Relief, and today I want to talk to you about some incredible EBT discounts in the state of California. As you may know, we have been researching EBT discounts nationwide since 2016, and we have found over 1,000 extra EBT perks nationwide. This video is going to be accurate as of its published date, but it's a lot harder to go in and update videos than it is to update our articles. So for the most recent and most up-to-date version of this information, I'm going to encourage you to visit our website at lowincomerelief.com/EBT, and then go ahead and scroll down, click California, and you'll see the updated version of this list. So if you see anything here that you have questions about, you'll be able to find all of the information in that article there. So to kick things off, let's talk about your Amazon discount. Amazon Access provides all of the benefits of Amazon Prime for about half off. This discount is scratch that. This discount is exclusively available to people who rely on SNAP, Medicaid, or other forms of government assistance. If you qualify, you can get Amazon Prime for just $6.99 a month instead of the usual $14.99 a month. That's half the price. Many low-income families have found that it's worth it just for the discounted streaming service alone because you get access to all sorts of movies and TV shows and other things there. If you're interested, you can get started with our affiliate link at lirlinks.com/Amazon. So go ahead and check that out. Now, unfortunately, I did copy the wrong slide here, so I apologize. But if you have EBT, you can get a free membership to Thrive Market as well. This is through their Thrive Gives program. The discount is also available to first responders, teachers, nurses, students, and veterans, and the free membership lasts for 1 year. If you're interested in signing up for that, you can visit the Thrive Gives website and click the big Apply Now button to start your application. And if you're not familiar with Thrive Market, it's an online grocer. You have to have a membership in order to log in and look at prices and things and make your purchases, which is why that free membership is so valuable. Now, of course, there are all sorts of other retailers that offer discounts as well. So I'm just going to go through these really quickly here. You can get a Walmart Plus discount, which is another half off discount. Of course, they are competing with Amazon here. You can sign up for that on the Walmart Plus Assist page. You may be eligible for another discount on Instacart if you use that service as well. This one's a little tricky because it's not super easy to find. In order to qualify for this discount, you must have purchased something on Instacart with EBT in the last 6 months. And then you would need to sign into Instacart, click the menu, try Instacart Plus from the list, and then there should be an exclusive EBT SNAP offer listed there for you. If it is, you can get Instacart Plus for just $4.99 per month for up to 12 months. But after your first year, that membership will renew at the regular price, so you need to watch out for that. If you use Shipped instead, they also have it. Oh, I switched the titles around is what I did. Oh, good grief. Okay, so if you use Shipped instead, they're another online marketplace that ships healthy, affordable food across America. You can get a discounted membership to Shipped for just $4.99 a month. That's more than half off the current price, and you'll still get all of the membership benefits like $0 delivery and the preferred shopper feature. You can sign up for a Snap Shipped membership on their website at shipped.com. I'm sorry I messed up those slides, guys. All right. Now, let's talk about CSA discounts because I think this is great. Many community-supported agriculture programs provide EBT discounts as well. The exact amount of this discount will vary depending on which program you want to buy into. Some of them provide a discount on each week's box, while others will provide an initial discount on your first box. Not every CSA program offers these, but it's definitely worth checking to see if your local program does. I found them in a lot of areas, and it's very helpful. You may also be eligible to double the value of your EBT benefits through programs like Double Up Food Bucks, Market Match, and more. There are several of these programs currently operating in the state of California. And so depending on where you live, the program may have different names. So there is one called Double Up Food Bucks California. There's also Market Match, Fresh Approach, all sorts of different programs. You can find the full list of ones we found at lowincomerelief.com/doubleup, and then go ahead and click California to see the list for your state. I'm not sure if you know this, but if you have EBT, you may also be able to go and participate at a You Pick farm where you pick your own produce. I know my kids love doing that, especially when they were younger. We'd go to the strawberry fields and just pick tons of fruit. A lot of farmers have started accepting EBT now. And so this is something that you may be able to do and pay for with your benefits. You just need to search online for You Pick Farms near you. And then you can reach out to them, usually online, or call them or visit them in person to see if they offer an EBT discount or if they accept EBT for payment. Definitely recommend reaching out to them and asking them before you start picking. Otherwise, it can get pretty dicey. So depending on where you live, you may also be eligible for a bike share discount. These bike share programs, scooter share programs have been getting very popular in many areas. It's a great way to get around town. And the best part is that a lot of them have discounts for people who receive SNAP, TANF, or other forms of government assistance. So to get this help, you can just go to lowincomerelief.com, search for bike share discounts, and then pick which program is available near you and follow those application instructions to get that set up. If you have EBT in California, you may also be aware that some people can buy restaurant meals with their EBT cards. Some CalFresh users who are over the age of 60, disabled, or homeless can buy meals from restaurants like Denny's, Subway, and even Yoshinoya. There are hundreds of restaurants that accept EBT in California, and we have the full list at lowincomerelief.com. All right. There's also cashback opportunities. If you use a rewarded shopping app like Ibotta while you're shopping with your EBT benefits, you may be able to get a little bit of cash back. A lot of our viewers have used this technique to get free essentials like toilet paper, diapers, and things like that they need but can't necessarily buy with those EBT benefits. So this has been really helpful. If you'd like to get started with that, you can use our affiliate link at lirlinks.com/Ibotta. And of course, if you're eligible for SNAP, there's tons of other benefits that you may be eligible for as well, including free phone service, free internet service, utility discounts, YMCA discounts, fee waivers, and more. You can get the full list of all of that at lowincomerelief.com/EBT. But now I want to talk to you about my favorite EBT discount, and that is the admission discounts. There are so many places that will let you visit for free or cheap if you have an EBT card. But before you go, there are a few things that you need to know. First, you need to bring your EBT card and your ID. Most of these venues require both things. And if you don't have them with you, they will not honor these discounts. So don't leave home without your EBT card and your photo ID. You also need to bring either cash or a debit card with you, because even though you're going to show that EBT card to get the discount on your admission price, if there is still a remaining balance due, you can't pay for that with EBT. You're going to have another form of payment ready, like cash or a debit card. So if the admission is reduced to $1, $2, $3, you're going to need to have a backup payment method to cover that. You also need to know the rules. Most of the destinations on our list will only provide up to 4 discounted admissions per EBT card. So if you bring in a group of 12, you may not be able to get that discount for everyone in your group. So you need to plan ahead for that. You also need to make sure that you understand that most of the providers in this list will accept EBT cards from any state. If you're visiting from Colorado or Maine or Florida or wherever, for most of these, you can bring that EBT card in and get this discount as well. But there are some that require you to have a CalFresh card from the state of California, and we've noted those in our list with bold titles. So if the title is in bold font, that means you have to have a local California EBT card. Also, as we move through this list, the prices are going to be listed per person unless otherwise noted. So now that we've got that out of the way, let's go ahead and get to the list. We've tried to break this up by section, but I got to tell you guys, I've only been to California a few times. I don't know your geography very well. I relied on AI to section it out. And so we've got Bay Area, we've got Central California, we've got Northern California, we've got the Los Angeles area, and San Diego. If you have a better way to organize this list, or if you spot any errors in here, please let me know, because I did my best with what I know and with the time that I had, but this is a huge list to manage, and we have lists like this for all 50 states. So I always appreciate your input and your insight in that. So we're going to go ahead and start with Bay Area. So the USS Hornet Sea Air and Space Museum in Alameda is $2 per person with your EBT card. The Lawrence Hall of Science in Berkeley is free. The Magnus Collection of Jewish Art and Life in Berkeley is free. The UC Botanical Garden in Berkeley is $3 per person with your EBT card, and they do allow you to bring a picnic, which is nice. The Habitat Children's Museum in Berkeley is $3 per child, but each child can bring up to 3 adults for free, which is a really cool feature. The Chabot Space and Science Center in Oakland is just $1 per person, which is fantastic. The Oakland Museum of California in Oakland is $1 per person. You need to know that that discount is for general admission only. If you want to go see one of their special exhibitions, that's going to be an extra $6 that you're going to need to pay, I think, in addition to that $1. The Oakland Zoo in Oakland is free. This is for general admission only. It does not include after hours or special events, so just be aware of that. The Museum of Children's Arts in Oakland is $4 per person. Fairyland, which is in Oakland, is $5 per person. This offer should have been marked in bold because it's only for local visitors. And Fairyland in Oakland is $5 per person. This should have been marked in bold because this EBT discount is not something that you can just walk in and get. It requires a referral from a community engagement program partner. You have to live in the area and meet income requirements and have a CalFresh account. So this should have been marked in bold because it is specific to local residents only. In the Bay Area, the Cameron Stanford House in Oakland is free, as is the Richmond Museum of History in Richmond. The California Academy of Sciences in San Francisco is $3 per person up to 4 people. If you want to bring more than 4 people in there, I suggest you go to the library because most library systems also have free passes that you can use to get free access there. So that's how you could bring more people in. The Exploratorium in San Francisco is $3 a person. The Aquarium of the Bay in San Francisco is $3 per person. And the San Francisco Zoo and Gardens in San Francisco is $3 per person with your EBT card. Now, if you're noticing a theme here, it's because a lot of these museums participate in a program called Museums for All. There are many, many different programs out there that coordinate EBT discounts. Museums for All is the largest of them, and they require that their participating venues charge no more than $3 per person for guests with EBT card for up to 4 users. That's why the kind of standard in this list is going to be $3 per person, up to 4 people, because that's Museums for All standards. And that program does accept EBT cards from all areas. So going ahead here, we have a whole bunch of free museums on this slide. These are all in San Francisco, and we've got the Asian Art Museum, the De Young Museum, Legion of Honor, International Art Museum of America, Conservatory of Flowers, Japanese Tea Garden, San Francisco Botanical Garden. Carrying on with the free list in San Francisco, we also have Children's Creativity Museum, Contemporary Jewish Museum. MOAD is $3 per person, but the Tenderloin Museum is free. The American Bookbinders Museum is $3 per person. The Letterform Archive is $1 per person. And the Museum of Craft and Design is free. We are not done yet. The GLBT Historical Society Museum and Archives is free. The Bay Area Discovery Museum in Sausalito is $2 per person, but you can bring up to 6 people for that rate. The Marine Mammal Center in Sausalito is free. The Vacaville Museum in Vacaville is free. The Lindsay Wildlife Experience in Walnut Creek is $3 a person, and the Ruth Bancroft Garden and Nursery in Walnut Creek is also $3 per person. But with that one, you have to arrive by 3:15 p.m. if you want to visit. If you're later than that, they will turn you away. Do not be late. Okay, let's go on to our Central California list. And like I said, I used the AI to help me delineate what cities were in what areas because I don't spend a lot of time in California. So if you notice any errors, let me know. I won't be able to fix it in the video, but I will be able to fix it in our lists on our website. And I just appreciate your help going ahead and keeping all of that accurate. Okay, so Central Coast Aquarium in Avila Beach is free. Bakersfield Museum of Art in Bakersfield is free. Buena Vista Museum of Natural History and Science in Bakersfield is $2 per person. The Grace Episcopal Gallery in Boulder Creek is free. The Santa Cruz Children's Museum of Discovery in Capitola is $3 per person. The Faye G. Bellardi Memorial Gallery in Felton is $3 per person. And again, all of these prices are with your EBT card. I hope that that's already been made clear because I've been forgetting to say that. And I just feel like it'd be really redundant if I kept saying that. So All right, the Fresno Chaffee Zoo in Fresno is $5 per person on Wednesdays only, and only for up to 4 people. You'll also notice that that title is in bold, which means that is for CalFresh card holders only. You cannot bring an out-of-state EBT card to the Fresno Chaffee Zoo to get that rate. You have to be local. All right, the Goleta Valley Historical Society in Goleta is free. The Guadalupe Nipomo Dunes Center in Guadalupe is $3 or less per person. We weren't able to verify the rate on those that say $3 or less per person, but we know there are museums for all members, and because the program requires them to be $3 or less per person, it's a pretty safe bet that that's what the price is going to be. The Lompoc Museum in Lompoc is free. The Kids Discovery Station in Merced is $1 per person. The Modesto Children's Museum in Modesto is $3 per person. In Central California, the Casa del Herrero in Montecito is free. The Monterey Bay Aquarium in Monterey is free, which is awesome. My Museum in Monterey is $2 per person. The Monterey History and Art Museum in Monterey is $3 per person. The Monterey Museum of Art in Monterey is free. The Children's Museum in Paso Robles is $3 per person. The San Luis Obispo Children's Museum is $3 per person. The Art, Design, and Architecture Museum in Santa Barbara is free. Casa de la Guerra in Santa Barbara is free. El Presidio de Santa Barbara is free. Okay, guys, I know I'm not going to say this right, but the Ganawalska Lotus Land in Santa Barbara is $3 per person. Moxie in Santa Barbara is going to be $1 per person. The Museum of Contemporary Art in Santa Barbara is free. It looks like this sheet is all Santa Barbara, so I'm going to stop saying that over and over again. The Museum of Sensory and Movement Experiences is free. Old Mission Santa Barbara is $3 per person. Santa Barbara Botanic Garden is either $3 per person or $20 for an annual family membership. Guys, if you live close to there, go for that annual family membership. That's going to cover your family for an entire year worth of visits. Totally worth it. The Santa Barbara Historical Museum is $3 per person. The Santa Barbara Maritime Museum is $2 per person or $20 for an annual family membership. I love it when those annual memberships are available. Definitely a good investment if you want to go back a couple of times. The Santa Barbara Museum of Art is free. The Santa Barbara Museum of Natural History is $3 per person, and the Santa Barbara Zoo is $3 per person. I didn't really get out of saying that over and over again, did I? The Santa Cruz Museum of Natural History is free. Village Santa Cruz offers subsidized memberships for local residents only. So again, you're going to need a CalFresh card. You're going to need to apply for that, and they're only going to offer that to people who live locally and can take advantage of that membership repeatedly over time. The Santa Maria Valley Discovery Museum in Santa Maria is $3 a person. The Santa Ynez Valley Historical Museum and Parks is $3 or less per person. And the California Nature Art Center in Solvang is free. The Everhoj Museum of History and Art in Solvang is free. Carnegie Arts Center in Turlock is also free. And the Imagine You Museum in Visalia is $3 per person, but that does require a CalFresh card. I'm sorry that we didn't get that bold. I definitely need to pay more attention to these slides. Okay, out in Northern California, we've got the Chico Children's Museum in Chico is $3 a person. We've got some free museums in Eureka, the Clark Historical Museum and the Morris Graves Museum of Art. Also in Eureka, the Sequoia Park Zoo is $4 per person for up to 5 people. Mendocino Coast Botanical Gardens in Fort Bragg are $2 per person. The Sacramento Children's Museum in Rancho Cordova is $3 per person. And then we have just a whole bunch of things in Sacramento. So the California Museum is $2 per person. The Crocker Art Museum is free for general admission only. The Sacramento History Museum is $2 per person. SMUD Museum of Science and Curiosity is free for general admission only. SSVMS Museum of Medical History is free. And the Kids Zone Museum in Truckee is $3 per person. Vacaville Museum in Vacaville is free, and the Plasium of Yuba Sutter is $3 per person, and you must bring your photo ID. All right, now we're going to talk about some Southern California deals. And for this list, we're going to be staying around the Los Angeles area, and then we'll get to the ones in the San Diego area in just a little bit here. Okay, so the Victor Valley Museum in Apple Valley is $1 per person. The Museum and Cultural Center in Anaheim is $3 per person or less. And then we just have a bunch of free options. So the Arboretum of Los Angeles County, the Virginia Robinson Gardens, Sherman Library and Gardens, California Botanic Garden, Raymond M. Alf Museum of Paleontology. Those were all free. The Orange County Children's Museum in Fountain Valley is $3 per person or less. Pretend City Children's Museum in Irving is $4.25 per person. Local residents only. You've got to have a CalFresh card. Europa Mountains Discovery Center in Europa Valley is free. The Museum of Neon Art in Glendale is $3 per person, as is the Children's Museum in La Habra. The Descanso Gardens in La Cañada Flintridge is free. The African American Firefighters Museum in Los Angeles is also free. And now we just have a bunch of options here in Los Angeles. And I'm going to let you look at your screen to see which ones require a CalFresh card and which ones are open to others as I read this list. So we've got the Autry Museum of the American West, the Japanese American National Museum, La Brea Tar Pits and Museum, La Plaza de Cultura y Artes. I am not good at Spanish, so I probably said that terribly, and I apologize. Los Angeles County Museum of Art, Museum of Contemporary Art, Museum of Tolerance, the National History Museum of Los Angeles County, the Skirball Cultural Center, which is free on Thursdays only, the USC Fisher Gallery, and then the Long Beach Museum of Art is also free. But the Agape Children's Museum of Long Beach is $3 or less per person. The Museum of Latin American Art is $2 per person, and the Kids Space Children's Museum of Pasadena is $3 per person. The Norton Simon Museum in Pasadena is free. The Pacific Asia Museum in Pasadena is free. The Southern California Children's Museum Garden in Pasadena is $3 per person. The Living Desert Zoo and Gardens in Palm Desert is $3 per person. Taking a look at that destination, it looks like it's really cool. The South Coast Botanic Garden in Palos Verdes Peninsula is free. The American Museum of Ceramic Art in Pomona is $3 per person, and the Cabrillo Marine Aquarium operates by suggested donation only. The Santa Ana Zoo at Prentice Park is $3 per person. The Channel Islands Maritime Museum in Oxnard is $2 per person. The Children's Discovery Museum of the Desert in Rancho Mirage is $2 per person. The Riverside Art Museum is $1 per person. The Kimberly Crest House and Gardens is free. The San Bernardino County Museum is $1 per person. And the California Heritage Museum in Santa Monica is $2 per person for CalFresh cardholders only. The Caton Children's Museum in Santa Monica has a $15 annual family pass. Love those annual family passes, especially for the children's museums, because you can just take your child in there again and again and again and let them run and play and discover, and you won't have to pay for admission every single time you go. The Santa Monica History Museum in Santa Monica is free. The Santa Paula Art Museum is $3 per person or less, and the Museum of Ventura County in Ventura is free. In the San Diego area, we have the Museum of Making Music in Carlsbad for $1 per person. The Institute of Contemporary Art North in Encinitas is free. The San Diego Botanic Garden in Encinitas is $1 per person. The California Center for the Arts Escondido Museum is free. The San Diego Children's Discovery Museum in Escondido is $2 per person. And the Birch Aquarium is $3 per person. The Museum of Contemporary Art in La Jolla is free. The Barona Cultural Center and Museum in Lakeside is free. The Fleet Science Center in San Diego is $3 per person. And then we just have a whole bunch of options here in San Diego. So I'm going to go through these really quick. The Institute of Contemporary Art, free. The Legacy Center is $3 per adult. The Maritime Museum of San Diego is $3 per person. The Marston House Museum and Gardens is $3 or less per person, but that is for CalFresh only. The Minji International Museum is free. The Museum of Contemporary Art San Diego and the Museum of Photographic Arts are CalFresh only. Those are either free or suggested donation only. And usually if a museum with a suggested donation policy accepts EBT cards, it usually means that they do not accept a donation from those visitors. So the New Children's Museum in San Diego is $2 per person. The San Diego Archaeological Center and Art Institute are free. The San Diego Automotive Museum is $3 or less per person. The San Diego Fair is apparently free for low-income visitors on certain days, but you'll have to check with them for the exact policy because I'd imagine that's probably something that changes every year. The San Diego History Center is free. The San Diego Museum of Art is $3 per person. The San Diego Model Railroad Museum, which one of my children would absolutely love to go to, is $2 per person. The San Diego Natural History Museum is free. The Timken Museum of Art is free. The USS Midway Museum is $3 per person, but that is only valid for daytime admission. The Warner Carrillo Ranch House in Warner Springs is free. Now, this brings us to our list of the discounts that we have found, but I really quickly want to address this quick Q&A because I am constantly asked if the major theme parks like Disneyland, Legoland, Universal Studios, and so on have an EBT discount, and the answer, unfortunately, is no. None of the major theme parks have an EBT discount that I have been able to find at this time. If that ever changes, you'd better believe I will make a video on it. And you'll be able to see that update at lowincomerelief.com/EBT as well, because that would go there right away. And of course, to get more help, you can go to lowincomerelief.com, or you can go check out our other videos for more ways that you can save money and get free stuff.